Gold participants from around the world. I'm Fleur Bickford, Program Director and MC for Gold Learning. I'm chatting today with Nancy Williams about her upcoming presentation titled Sensory Integration and Breastfeeding. She'll be presenting her talk as part of our Gold Lactation Managing Challenges at the Breast add-on package. So Nancy, welcome and thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we are very excited to have you. Sensory integration has been something that we have been asked to have a speaker on for quite a while. It's been a popular request from our delegates, so very excited to have you speaking for us. So to start with, perhaps you can tell our delegates a little bit about yourself and why this topic is important to you.
I have been providing breastfeeding for help for families for almost, well, a little over 40 years. And in the course of this, I'm sure many of you have discovered that sometimes the people you need to help the most are the ones that you have the most trouble with. And my sister had intractable problems with breastfeeding with all of her babies. And in fact, I will be using her case study as part of the talk today. But it was in the course of trying to find help for her that I began to understand some of the things that I'll be sharing today. And of course, it's important to me because of the fact that so many of our clients have underlying problems with things like sensory integration, and when they can be addressed, then we can help the breastfeeding to go along more smoothly.
Okay, wonderful. I know it's always a hard thing especially when it's family members that are having problems and we just, don't know how to help them. I've certainly come across that personally and just in, talking to other professionals where that's often where some of this, kind of passion and desire to learn more comes from is, it can be so frustrating when we watch people that we care about struggling and, we don't know how to help them.
Yes. I should probably add, I'm also a marriage and family therapist, and my biggest passion in all of this is to combine what I've learned about family relationships and attachment theory with everything that I know about breastfeeding and the early infant states for the family and all of that. And one of the things that I discovered with sensory integration problems is that they can really interfere with attachment between the parent and the child when they're undiagnosed or untreated or whatever. It makes for very difficult parenting sometimes.
I can imagine. And I would think that, that combination of experience for you is really great when it comes to helping your clients because I know certainly in my practice, I find that along with the breastfeeding help, I end up doing a lot of counseling. And
Yes.
it's, they really often need that, support. It's not just the breastfeeding, it's everything that goes along with the breastfeeding and the adjustment to parenthood and all of that. So how wonderful that you're able to combine all that together.
Yes, I love it.
Well, we look forward to learning from you about it. So moving on to our next question, I'd love to know a little bit about in all of your research that you've done on this, what have you found most interesting or surprising about this topic?
Well, when I began this journey, I knew virtually nothing about sensory integration or sensory problems. I don't have a background in physical therapy or occupational therapy, so almost everything I learned was new and interesting and somewhat surprising just because it was new, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the fact that this isn't generally considered diagnosable until the age of 3 years was surprising to me because I think we as lactation helpers see it much earlier, or
Mm-hmm.
we can.
Yeah, that is interesting. Well, thank you for sharing that. So as we just finish up our interview here, perhaps you can tell our delegates a little bit about What do you hope they are going to be able to take away from your presentation and take back with them to their own practices?
I hope that people will have an increased awareness of the potential for sensory problems to impact how the breastfeeding experience is going, actually for both mother and baby, but particularly for the baby. And that this awareness will help them to be able to provide better care, and if we don't know how to address it, to be able to refer to people who can help.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Nancy. We really appreciate you taking the time to chat with us today and really looking forward to your presentation.
Thank
So,
you.
thank you. So for our delegates who are listening, a reminder, you will be able to hear more from Nancy with her talk titled Sensory Integration and Breastfeeding, which she will be presenting as part of our Gold Lactation Managing Challenges at the Breast add-on package. So thanks so much for joining us today. Bye for now.